With the introduction of the Bitcoin ETFs, the question really becomes, should I be buying Bitcoin or should I be buying the Bitcoin ETFs? Me? Oh, you want me to answer that? Do I look like a financial advisor, my friend? I can't answer that. And even if I wanted to answer that, everything I say is not financial advice. I do what works for me. It may work for you. It may not. Who knows? Everything I say is my own thoughts and my own opinions based on my own unique circumstances and my own unique experiences. Nothing less and nothing more. But no, all jokes aside, it is a very important question. And it's not as convoluted as what many people may think. So let's see if I can shed some light on it. But before I do, I'm purists and welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome! I post my regular content every Wednesday and Friday, and I post YouTube shorts every single day. If you want to keep up, please subscribe, hit that little notification bell icon, and I promise you will not regret it. You may even learn a thing or two about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin ETFs. The only way to find out is to listen and watch the video all the way through from beginning to end. Okay, enough with all that nonsense. Let's just get right into the video. Let's do a thought experiment first. I love thought experiments. Why? Because it breaks down a seemingly multifactorial problem into something that is digestible and something that is practical. Something that everybody can understand. Okay, here we go. The argument of buying Bitcoin or buying the Bitcoin ETF. Before we even talk about that though, before we even talk about Bitcoin, let's just put it aside for a second here. Think about the following first, and honestly, just give it some thought. Say you're looking to diversify your portfolio, so you want to add some gold exposure. Yes, I know we're talking about Bitcoin, we're talking about Bitcoin ETFs. Why are you talking about gold? But just hear me out. Say you want to diversify your portfolio or you want to hedge your portfolio with some gold exposure. So in this case, would you rather hold physical gold that you can see, gold that you can touch, gold that you can feel, gold that's in your possession? Or would you just rather have a gold ETF, which is essentially just an IOU. So the institution that you're buying the gold ETF from is essentially promising to hold the gold for you in exchange for shares of the respective gold ETF. That's all it is. It's an IOU. If that works for you, if you're perfectly okay with holding the gold ETF, then you already have your answer. If you want to hold the gold ETF,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Then you're probably okay with holding the Bitcoin ETF. However, if the event of 1933, where President Roosevelt had an executive order seizing gold from all US citizens still gives you chills, then trusting an ETF issuer to hold on to the gold for you in exchange for shares of their ETF probably doesn't sit too well with you. I don't know about you, but I'll speak on myself. If I wanted to own gold, I'm gonna own the actual gold. I don't care about the price appreciation. People that want to diversify and hedge with gold, yeah, they're not looking for price appreciation. They are literally looking for a hedge against whatever the hell is going on in the world. So the dilution of the currency, the US dollar, they're looking for a hedge against all of that foolishness. You know, back in 1971 where they came off the gold standard? Yeah, people want to actually hold their gold because the US dollar is just this, it's fiat currency. It's literally worthless. They could print it into oblivion. It's, anyways, I digress. The point is, the only person that's gonna be responsible for my gold is myself or an institution that has a fiduciary responsibility to safeguard my gold. So when I'm ready for my gold, they better have it. Those are the only two entities in this world that will ever hold on to my gold. Okay, that gold discussion was only a thought experiment to get the juices flowing in the brain. That's all it was, nothing more, nothing less. You know the big glaring difference between Bitcoin and gold? Gold is physical, you can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it, and Bitcoin is digital. It's in cyberspace. It's a bunch of ones and zeros. It's on the blockchain. So an argument can technically be made for why you wouldn't want to deal with holding physical gold. Like, who wants to hold copious amounts of gold knowing they may get robbed at any point in time when they can just hold Bitcoin? It's on the computer, it's on the internet, it's in cyberspace, it's on the blockchain. You can literally transport billions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin all up in your head. You have the keys to your wallet all in your head. You can move around, you can move country to country, and you don't have to worry about hoarding all this freaking gold around. Woo! Now, we are finally at the part of the video where you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm because it helps out the channel tremendously and I would greatly appreciate it. I'm a very small channel, but we're almost at 200 subscribers. I cannot believe we're even here. So liking the video and even commenting would go a long way. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let's just get back to the video. Now I want to discuss what I believe to make the most logical sense when it comes to owning Bitcoin versus owning the Bitcoin ETF. Here we go. Okay, in my opinion, you want to hold physical Bitcoin. Wait, physical Bitcoin. I mean digital Bitcoin. Because it's, you know, in cyberspace, you can't actually feel it. So it's not technically physical, but I mean, or is it physically digital or digitally physical? Digital. Semantics. The point is, you want to hold the real damn thing. That's all I'm saying. However, this is not like holding money in a federally insured bank that you're accustomed to. It's not the same. There's no FDIC insurance if you're in the US, and there's no CDIC insurance if you're in Canada. There is none of that. On an exchange, if an exchange goes bust that's holding the Bitcoin, guess what? There is no guarantee that you are going to get all of your Bitcoin back. In fact, you can almost guarantee that you're not going to get 100% of whatever it is you have on exchange back. Never gonna happen. So you must understand the nuances with respect to cold storage. It is so important. Yes, it may seem convoluted, it may seem complicated at first, but once you understand it, it's really not that hard, and you'll be much better for it. Yeah, sometime in the future, yeah, there may be some serious regulations put forth where, you know, central exchanges can be trusted and you can keep your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on an exchange, but until that happens, it is the wild, wild west. Don't do it. It's not even worth it. Now, there is a scenario where it makes complete and total sense to buy the Bitcoin ETF. And if you're a logical, rational, and you understand the world of finance, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about and what I'm getting to. I know you know it. You're a very smart person. You should be so proud of yourself. Honestly, good for you. Smash the like button, do yourself a favor, do me a favor. You're a real one, I appreciate it. If you have a retirement account, guys, it took me like 5 attempts to try and say the word retirement. I don't know why I couldn't say it. Retirement. God damn. Side note, I'm a little sick, so maybe that's why my voice is a little... Anyways, I digress. If you have a retirement account, I cannot think of a better reason to buy the Bitcoin ETF. Why? Because in a retirement account, you are literally, not only do you get all the benefits of the appreciation of Bitcoin, but you also have it in a tax benefit account. If you're in the US, you have your 401k, you have a Roth IRA, you have all the tax advantages with those accounts. If you're in Canada, you have your RRSP, you have your TFSA, you have all of the advantages of taxes in those respective accounts. So it obviously would make sense because you can't hold, you know, physical digital Bitcoin in a retirement account yet, but you can sure as hell hold a Bitcoin ETF. So it makes total sense to hold them in retirement accounts. So buying the Bitcoin ETF makes complete and total sense. And if you have an employer match in your 401k, if you're from the US, or your RRSP, if you're from Canada, what are you even doing? Free money? So you're telling me that not only are you going to have exposure to the price appreciation of Bitcoin through the Bitcoin ETF, but your employer is also going to match what you're buying? What are we even discussing here at this point? Let's take a pause. What are we talking about here? How is this even up for debate? Max out those accounts, do what you gotta do. Free money, broski. Free money. And of course, in those tax advantaged accounts, you know, you can buy Bitcoin proxies, you can buy Bitcoin miners, you know, Michael Saylor and his MicroStrategy. Buying MicroStrategy is like buying Bitcoin on steroids. It may as well be like buying Bitcoin on leverage, because when Bitcoin goes up 10%, MicroStrategy seems to go up like 20%.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
But again, that's a different topic for a different video. And honestly, yes, Bitcoin isn't as straightforward as many people make it out to be, but once you understand it, it makes total sense. And once it clicks, it's like the whole world is opening up and everything that never made sense before seems to just make sense. But you gotta learn about cold storage. Don't get wrecked. This space is just too wild right now. It'll get easier in the future, but I mean, that could be another 3, 5, 10 years. So for the here and the right now, you want to secure your Bitcoin, you want to hold the Bitcoin, you want to hold the real thing. That's all there is to it. And if you don't believe in retirement accounts, because that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, for a whole nother video, then just buy Bitcoin. Don't even think about the Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs, like literally for what? Like for what? What advantage would you have buying Bitcoin in a non-retirement account like a 401k or an RRSP or TFSA or a Roth IRA? Before I get all excited, let me know in the comment section why you think that it would make more sense to buy the Bitcoin ETF over holding actual Bitcoin, for reasons that are not because holding physical Bitcoin is complicated and knowing all the nuances about cold storage is just a little too much for a lot of people. If that's your argument, fine, I totally get that. But if you have another argument, let me know down below in the comment section. I would honestly, truthfully, respectfully love to know. Now, I'm sure a handful of people would disagree with the hell I'm saying. What do you mean it makes no sense holding a Bitcoin ETF? What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? A risk-free way to hold Bitcoin, get all the appreciation, get all the exposure without the risk of holding it and losing your Bitcoin? What is this clown talking about? Who's this guy? Barixis. Who's Barixis? But like I said, my own opinion, my own thoughts. It doesn't have to work for you. As long as it works for me, I will talk about it. It doesn't have to work for the vast majority of people, and that is okay. Because I know there's going to be at least one person where it clicks and it just makes sense. So if that's you, I got you, bro. I'm always going to be here for you. I'm rooting for you. How many of you are taking the hybrid approach though? How many of you have physical Bitcoin and how many of you have the Bitcoin ETF for whatever reason it might be? Again, let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to know because this I think is a very interesting discussion. Bitcoin versus the Bitcoin ETF. And how many of you are Bitcoin purists? The very thought of buying the Bitcoin ETF just goes against all of your values and principles. What the hell? Buying the Bitcoin ETF? Are you sick in your head? If that's you, if you're a Bitcoin purist, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, I would love to know what you think about all this down below, so let me know. All right, y'all, as always, I thank you all for yet another opportunity to share my thoughts and my insights. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to the next one. BKO.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?